Hey guys, it's Albert, and I'm here to tell you about HorrorPack.com. What is HorrorPack.com? Well, it's a subscription service that sends out a box of 4 movies a month. It costs around $20 to $25 a month, depending on if you get the DVD or the Blu-ray option, and also depending on how often you want to pay them. And it sounds like a really cool thing. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, because they sent me this free box of DVDs or Blu-rays. I think they might be Blu-rays, actually. We're going to open it and see what's inside of here right now. So I got my trusty pocket knife. You just slice the tape on this bad boy. A little insert there. It says join the pack, the horror pack, horror movie subscription box. Now, here we go, guys. The moment of truth. What do we got in here? What do we got? I don't know what this is, but I love the title. Chrome Skull Laid to Rest 2. Death Polished. I'm going to read the back here. The maniac in the metal mask returns. Legit didn't know he'd gone anywhere. Didn't know he was here in the first place, but I'm glad to hear he's back. And this time, he's not alone. After his gruesome encounter with the girl with no name, Chrome Skull has to rely on his assistant, Preston. You know, I've found that if you're gonna have an assistant and your name is Chrome Skull, you want someone with a more metal name than Preston. But regardless, Chrome Skull has to rely on his assistant, Preston, to take care of business. With a growing taste for bloodlust, Preston slashes his way from one gory mess to another. So, Chrome Skull's like middle management slasher material in this one. Yeah, I could see that. I could see working at the company where this guy's like, listen, Preston, your kill count's down this week. Just because it's over the holidays does not mean you get to take a break. Not to be outdone. Of course not. Chrome Skull resurges with a massacre of his own that is nothing short of jaw-dropping insanity. Thomas Dekker, Danielle Harris, and Owain Yalman also star in the bloodiest sequel you'll ever see. Bonus features, audio commentary, a cut above, creating Chrome Skull featurette, and jump to a kill feature. Wait, so they just like, is there a feature on this Blu-ray that just shows you all the kills? Is that what that is? Yes, please. That's pretty awesome. I've never heard of this before. But I'm sad that I haven't ever heard of this before. Let's see what else we got. Fans of the podcast know this one. Seasonal, right here, A Christmas Horror Story. If you've seen our review of A Christmas Horror Story, you know that it's a series of stories that are woven together in one timeline that take place all around Christmas. It's all different horror-themed stuff. There's a slasher one. There's a ghost story. There's, as you can see on the cover here, Santa versus the Krampus. Very legit. I don't know what this is, but I love the cover. Check that cover out. That's like hand-painted style 80s cover. It's called Cell Count. I don't know if we're talking about like prison cells or brain cells. It kind of looks like it might be some of both. I'm seeing like fences and things on the front here. Cell Count punches you in the gut and leaves you gasping for air. Quote, Donnie Brassard, killer film. What doesn't... Cell Count, don't punch me in the gut. Cell Count, I need that air. It's what's on the inside that counts. Russell Carpenter reluctantly admits his wife Sadie into an experimental treatment facility for her life-threatening disease. While locked in this prison-like surrounding, they, along with 6 others, are unknowingly subjected to a cure that might just be worse than the disease itself. Starring Robert McKeany, Haley Talbot, Ted Rooney, Sean McGrath, Christopher Toyne, and Danny Baldwin. I think all of those at the beginning are supposed to be different people's names, but there aren't any commas. And finally, The Ward. John Carpenter's The Ward. I've heard of this one. This one I've heard of for sure. It's about a lady in a crazy place. Welcome to North Bend Psychiatric Hospital, an isolation ward for disturbed women that holds a terrifying secret. Kristen, a beautiful but volatile young woman, finds herself bruised, cut, drugged, and held against her will at the sinister asylum. Trying to gain control of her memory and figure out how she got there, Kristen discovers that a savage, ghostly figure roams the halls at night. One by one, the other patients begin to disappear. To survive, Kristen must discover the horrifying truth of The Ward. So, all in all, this is a pretty legit selection. I mean, some of this stuff, like The Ward, I think is more mainstream. And then you're going with A Christmas Horror Story, which, if you're a horror fan, you've probably heard of. But dipping back into this other stuff, like Cell Count, no idea what this is. It looks like something from the 80s. I don't know if that's just, like, the packaging, like they're trying to evoke that message, or if they're legit, like this is a legit old film. And then Chrome Skull just sounds bonkers in a weird, fun, hilarious way. I cannot wait to check all of these out. There's a great spread of DVDs, and you can get these every month if you go to horrorpack.com. Again, they have options for Blu-rays and for DVDs. So every month you can get 4 movies, and the fun here really is in the discovery. It's in opening this bag that you have no idea what's inside, and pulling out things maybe you weren't expecting to get but that you heard of, or maybe that you never heard of, but once you see them you're like, well, I'm gonna check that out now. Go to horrorpack.com to find out more, and thanks to HorrorPack for sending me this really cool box with all this really cool stuff in it. I'm Albert, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.